welcome back for the first time to the channel. I think I'm continuing the previous story of how I found Naruto. The last, in the background is more Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. I realized I had a couple hundred gigs of old gameplay that I ought to use instead of just keeping around for no reason and looking at it over and over again. So the last story ended with me mentioning growing up in a Christian household, very actively Christian, spiritual warfare, actively believing and whatnot. Not that any of that has changed, but just when the first episode of this new show that I started watching is talking about this nine-tailed demon fox that's possessing this child, this newborn, with this, spiral tattoo seal on his belly, eyebrows were raised. Now, when I saw this, I thought to myself, my mom is never going to let me watch this. So as a kid, my first thought was, I just won't tell her. But obviously, she ended up finding out anyway. How this happened was one day I came back from school. I was playing a little bit of Zelda. And I decided, I'm going to end the day with a little bit of Naruto. Earlier in the day, I had been watching. I just remembered this just now for the first time. Earlier that day, I was doing my homework while I was watching this show called. It was not American Ninja Warrior. It was Deadliest Warrior, which, if you are unfamiliar, was a show that used to come on one of the. It might have been Discovery Channel, but it was one of those like documentary type things, like the same type of channel that Ancient Aliens would come on. It was that kind of channel. But this one was like cool. It was called Deadliest Warrior, where they take a fighter or a group of fighters and basically spec out their kit and compare them to a second fighter or a second group of fighters, and then kind of compare them and see what they would do against each other. One example is like Spetsnaz and the Green Berets. Another example could be like, like this Aztec warrior versus a Maya warrior, just different, just random shit. People, it could be like figures from history, and this is what they historically would have had resource wise. So his battle gear probably looked like this. Anyway, that's besides the point. I was doing homework while I was watching that show. It's a good show. Go check it out on YouTube if you're unfamiliar. At the end of it, they do like this simulation, this quote unquote simulation. They zoom into a computer screen and then basically do a live action reenactment of how the algorithm decided the fight was going to go after so many like X factors and run throughs of the analysis and all that type of stuff. When I was a kid, I could not tell I actually, I still have to go back and check because I don't remember if it was CG or not, but I'm pretty sure it was live action acted. Anyway, let me zoom out on my timeline a little bit so I have a better gauge. Okay, we're already about a third of the way through the video. I have not talked about Naruto. I was doing homework while I was watching Deadliest Warrior. When I was done, I was like, you know what? I'm going to round out the day with a little bit of Naruto. By this point, I was partway through the Zabuza arc. And the first 3 seasons of Naruto were on Netflix. So I was making pretty good pace for what was out at the time. This is, I think, 2006, 2007. And I'm chilling, watching, and my mom's making dinner in the next room. And I was so engrossed in the story that I actually forgot about all the ridiculousness that I felt like I should have been hiding from her. So she walks out her room and she looks and she sees what's going on and sees Naruto start to go, a little bit crazy with this tail beast situation against Haku. And she's looking at him going completely feral, and she's like, what is this? And I pause it, and I'm like, I put my hands up. I'm like, Mom, listen, it's this new show. It's called Naruto. It's about these ninjas. They are not demons. I was choosing my words very carefully. I was like, they're ninjas. They're not demons. It's Japanese mythology, so it's a little bit different than America. I was trying to explain this weeaboo shit. Basically, I had no idea what I was talking about, but I was trying to gussy it up a little bit for my Christian mom, who didn't want me to play Pokemon as a kid because it stood for Pocket Monsters. That's the type of shit we dealing with. But all of it obviously greatly appreciated. I love my mom's. Shout out to her. But it just, I just was really into Naruto. I really wanted to keep that. I wanted to be able to watch it. And so after she heard how adamantly and delicately I was trying to shape this show to her and how I was trying to shape the description, she just looked at me, rolled her eyes, and then just walked off. so so to me, that was like, what is this dude doing pinning me into the wall? Pause. But to me, her rolling her eyes and walking off was approval enough, because anything else she would have been like, turn that off now. So I just was like, let's go Naruto all the way. So yeah, that's Naruto for you. I'm trying to think of what else I was doing at the time. I can't even, honestly, I cannot remember what else I watched on Netflix other than Naruto. Uh, Homie I mentioned earlier or in the previous episode is Monty, one of the few black kids in the school, had obtained a copy of Mario Kart Wii and sold it to me for 20 or 25 bucks or something like that. And those 20/25 bucks that I had ready to pay him with was Christmas money from my oldest, not Christmas money, it was birthday money from my oldest sister. So that time period of like early Wii days was just real dope, because I was playing a whole bunch of, well, I was watching a whole bunch of Naruto more than anything else because we didn't have a lot of games. So then I was making a lot of Miis, which, you know what, I have footage of that too. I might have to do that, like a little classic me memory lane type shit. But yeah, probably number one was watching Naruto on Netflix. Number two was playing Wii Sports, making Miis, trying to connect to the internet, Mi Shop channel type shit. When I found the Mi Shop channel, or the Wii Shop channel, sorry. When I found that, oh my God, I can't believe I died to those guys. When I found the Wii Shop channel, I was like, oh my goodness. And my brother had come back home one Christmas, and actually this topic is pretty much getting to how I found Zelda. Naruto is my favorite anime. Zelda's my favorite game series. So I'll save the how I got into Zelda for a different video. But basically, my Wii was a Naruto and Mario Kart Smash Brothers machine, as it is for everybody. I didn't have Super Mario Galaxy myself, but I did have like Mario 64. Ended up getting some GameCube games that I was playing from the Wii. What else? There's one more thing that I feel like I'm forgetting. I had Twilight Princess, which, again, seeing Link turn into a wolf type thing, I was like, Mom, look, he's not a demon. He just, placed this curse. I mean, it wasn't a curse. It was just like it was a little bit of magic. Well, it wasn't really magic, but like that type of shit. Most magic that was allowed in the house was like Naruto, Narnia. That was about it, and that was like Christian magic, and even that was pushing it. But every Christmas we did watch Lord of the Rings as a family. That was like our family Christmas tradition, was Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. We would watch. Let me make sure this is recording real quick. Yeah, it is. We would watch the Fellowship of the Ring extended edition, like 3 hours long with a 30-minute intermission. Next night we watched Two Towers. You see that fucking trigger finger? Yeah, second night we'd watch the Two Towers, and then third night we'd watch Return of the King. And then Christmas Day, we'd have either the Christmas movie channel on loop, just like all day, which would have been like Christmas Story, Ralphie, like all that type of shit. Or we'd have our own Christmas movies like Christmas Carol featuring Patrick Stewart as, I almost called him the Grinch. What's his name? Scrooge? Scrooge, yes. She ebbing on my knees until I Scrooge. 30 seconds left in this gameplay. I picked up the fad. This might have been one of the first times I actually used the fad. I think after seeing it like that, fully automatic with that red dot on it, I was fucking with it. We lost? What the fuck? Why did I save this gameplay if we lost? What was my score? I have to see how I did. I had to be top of the leaderboard. Because if I wasn't, I don't know why the fuck I saved this gameplay. 45-11. Yeah, 4,100 score. I was definitely at the top of the leaderboard. I need a better outro than that. And another thing.